She joins me now. Ayanna, thank you very much. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry. Sorry we missed your primary night.
No, that's okay. We wanted to have you, but we understand. You were very busy, and you were busy talking to the people who made this victory possible. So we certainly understand that. We're just happy that you're here now. You pulled off a stunning upset against the 10-term congressman. The 7th district is the only district in Massachusetts where the majority of residents are people of color. Do you think that had an impact, obviously, on this race?
I think the impact is that we made it a point to ignite this electorate and to expand it. Every constituency that conventional wisdom would tell you is unreliable and would not turn out, turned out. And that is because we met people in community where they were. I believe that every single person deserves a seat at the table of democracy. We engage people as an equal partner. People who had been in a fetal position since 2016 came out, and we restored their hope. And for many people who had none, we gave it to them for the first time.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, I think people, obviously the voters there appreciated your candor because you've been very direct about what your mission is, how you would vote, and what have you. Because during the campaign, you admit, and this that fetal position since 2016, not a lot of people would say that, but you admitted that you would likely vote the same way that your opponent, Congressman Capuano, did or would. But you argue that it takes more than voting the right way to battle the overwhelming hate coming from the White House. You have no Republican opponent in November, so it looks like you're going to get your chance. What did you mean by that?
Well, I do believe ultimately our electoral victory was less a referendum against hate and more a mandate for hope. We ran a campaign not only talking about the need to resist Donald Trump and the draconian policies coming out of this White House every day, where it does seem as if we are drinking from a fire hose of insult and assault by the hour. But that it was important that we advance the Massachusetts 7th, the most diverse and unequal district in our delegation and perhaps in the country. And the systemic inequalities and disparities that were worsening under this administration existed long before Donald Trump was in that White House. And so I don't think that because we're in the minority as Democrats, that we have to put our hope, our aspiration, and our vision on a shelf. And that hope and that extension of partnership is what resonated with people throughout the Massachusetts 7th. And what I mean is that these times require bold activist leadership. Last night I organized a phone bank to lobby senators around the Kavanaugh confirmation, and we're not finished yet. I refuse to accept these things as an inevitability when this administration is coming at us like a locomotive to roll back every civil right protection and freedom. And so we have to fight, we have to organize, and we have to mobilize just like we did with the ACA.
All right, let me get in here because our time is limited when we do these shows. And I know this is your first national appearance, and so I just want to make it really good for you and to get as much out of it as possible. Can we talk a little bit more broadly about the midterms and about our, the landscape? There are at least 68 women of color running in House and Senate and governors races this fall. What do you think is behind this trend?
Well, I think we are defying and challenging conventional wisdom and assumptions about who has a right to run and win and how they can run and win. All the data supports that when women run and they are well-resourced, they are successful. And so in that sense, I don't see our race as an outlier or that much of an anomaly. And again, I hope we've ushered in a new paradigm shift. We did not accept corporate PAC money. We raised $1 million in grassroots donations. We built a people-powered army and movement of 1,000 foot soldiers. We invested in digital media. We made it a point to register and to engage the assumed unlikely voters. And so I hope we've ushered in a new paradigm shift. We weren't even on TV, except for ethnic and specialty media, Telemundo and Univision.
Okay. Ayanna Pressley, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us. We wish we could have had your primary night, but again, we're glad you're here. Please come back. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
When we come back, how one career diplomat is standing up to President Trump by